Because I'm pastoring a church. I received this devil of suicide again and didn't know it. And if you'd told me I had the devil of suicide, I'd have told you no, because I was doing it right there with Dave Roberson, and he couldn't get off the message. He couldn't even preach because there were so many ministers that were thinking about going home. They wanted to go home. And none of us knew that that was a devil. So my whole goal is, how do you stay free from these devils? I remember Hagin, the old man Hagin, Pastor, Kenneth E. Sr. He said, you cannot stop the birds from flying in the sky, buzzing around your head, but you can keep them from building a nest in your hair. In other words, getting in your head. So we know one thing, Ephesians 5 and 26, 24, 25, 26, and 27, he's talking about loving your wives as Christ loved the church. And that's a deep, deep piece of info from the Holy Ghost when you think about love your wives like Christ loved the church. So if we're pastors and we got wives, you got to love your wife like Christ loved the church. The first time I brought that out, I was a young guy. And I brought it out in a church, and the women were getting all lit up, and the men were looking like, we'll kill him. But I looked at that, and there's more women in this room than there are men. I'm safe. I'm safe. But he says, love your wife like Jesus loved the church. Well, how? And he gave himself for it. So there was my key. That's when I knew, I got to give myself to her. Well, we love our wives to give themselves to us. But if you don't want your wife to be flying around the house on a broom, then you want to treat her like a queen. Because if you don't treat her like a queen, she could turn into a witch. And he talks about it in his Bible. He says, it's better for you to be in the attic by yourself. I got mad at her. She was mad at me. Demon working here. I was working a job. I've been pastoring the church, and I had to get up early in the morning. And we should have been in bed an hour ago, sleepy, and she don't remember. We do not know what we were arguing about, but it got so heated that I told her, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm done. I'm gonna go to God. So I get in the car,